precincts had errors. And that's 100% unacceptable. So when you look at that race, that means that more than 300 precincts had at least one issue. And when you look at what that means and you say, well, does one vote count? It does. You look at a guy like Chris Blunt, who ran for judge, lost by 67 votes. And that's critically important as a young black man because we are too often in front of the criminal justice system. And when you have a young black man running for judge and he loses a race that maybe he won or maybe he didn't because people went out and voted for him, and you go out and you talk to folks and they say, I don't vote because my vote doesn't count. And then they look at a race and they say, see, I told you they're going to put in who they want to put in, and that's not somebody else like me. And not only is that frustrating, but it's unacceptable. And so if we don't get the city clerk's race right, if we don't get that fixed, nothing else matters. And it's got to matter, and it's got to be more than just the elections. It's my firm belief that the city clerk has three main responsibilities. The first being elections, which is critical and important, but the second is absolutely being the official record keeper of the city. It means that you make information available and accessible. And by making information available and accessible, you can hold people accountable and you can participate in government. As we talk about it and we look and we say, well, why are things happening just downtown? Why are contracts going to these people and not going to these folks? It's because you weren't able to access it, because you didn't see the information, because you didn't know what was going on. And that's just unacceptable, especially in this day and age when information can be readily available. And a lot of communities do an excellent job by doing it. The city of Detroit just hasn't. And it hasn't because we haven't made it a priority. Very simple stuff. So the same packet the city council gets every week, you should be getting. They should be able to post it right online. You can do it. The city of Lansing does it. The city of Clarkson does it. Smaller, bigger cities all do those things. And we should be doing it. But the last part, and I think probably one of the more critical components of being the city clerk, is making sure that people have a space for actual information about elections. So it doesn't do us any good if we say, hey, here's your ballot, you can go vote, your vote will be counted. If you don't understand what's on your ballot, if you've never seen any of these people, if you've never heard of any of those things, and candidates don't take the time or the effort to educate, they are just trying to persuade individuals who they know are going to vote. So that's why young people don't vote, because nobody's saying, hey, let's get those young people involved, because their votes aren't as important, because they aren't concerned. But if we don't get young people involved and invested, our communities don't change. And when you look at neighborhoods across this city, you can tell which neighborhood votes by how those neighborhoods look. And we've got to fix that. And that's on the city clerk. The city clerk has got to make sure you understand proposals like community benefits agreements, whether they understand what these tax incentives do, and whether they understand who and what they're electing. And people don't, and they haven't, and that's unacceptable. So, like I said, my name is Adam Hollier. I'm running for city clerk because I think we can do better. I believe we have to do better, and I've made my career by doing it. So I worked in the state legislature, I worked in the mayor's office, and I'm really proud that I live in the same neighborhood I was raised in, right here in the North End. And